Let me greet also our District Supervisor, Madam Geraldine Gawi, who opted to remain in Ifugao rather than go to Kalinga for promotion. You know what she missed?
140.
She missed meeting the tall, dark, handsome Kalinga guy. But it was pandemic that time, so we did not prod her to move out, and her kids were still young, so we just kept quiet. Who else are there to greet our school administrators in pink? Yeah, it's good you are different colors. I can still recognize you and remember all your names. To the administrative staff who are here, my dear teachers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
And happy Teachers' Day. It's also Indigenous Peoples Month. So happy Indigenous Day to all of you. While you're eating, please greet each other. Happy Indigenous Day. This is a month-long celebration recognizing teachers in their role as models of the youth. Are there other professions given this kind of recognition? What about Inirayo, Lawyers Day, Engineers Day, Doctors Day? May idea? Teachers are the only people, profession, who are given this special recognition.
Madam, ano ka naman?
I know you have heard a lot of messages already, including that of Father Noel ng Padi Midragawi. That is, if you heard his message, and intuloy na pa yan, di nagibo ng misa. Dahil ng padi niya parang pas kumali. In Lagawi, we have to focus our ears to what he's saying. Mo hear ya very clear, Mep, yeah? I heard your laughters. Because this is open air, mas imbahan ka naman niya close. And with the volume of the mic, narigat ang dongron, paspas yung kanina. But be thankful that he came. Damot wali pa diyo. So I'll just focus on a few important points because you have had enough messages already, and I would not like you to get tired sitting down. I once heard Father Robert and Father Robert, the running priest, say that if you make your speech longer than 10 minutes, your listener's mind will be elsewhere. They will be thinking of the devil and not listening to you anymore. Anyway, I'd like to mention first that it feels good to join you in this celebration, as it is a sort of homecoming for me. Hence, I could not refuse this invitation. And I prayed hard that no typhoon who disrupt this journey. Thanks God for answered prayers. I hope this will continue because I have another engagement in Benguet before the end of the week for their founding day in Benguet Division. So, thank also your municipal government official, Mayor. But I saw Yan in here for allocating how much? 50,000 pesos. He approved. But of course, I think this started some years back. My niece Yani mentioned that she authored that ordinance. So you could celebrate Teachers Day. As I said, it's a homecoming for me because this is the district where I started as a teacher. I thought I'd rise in the ranks in this district. But then Superintendent Indunan challenged me, saying, we would like to acknowledge our Mayor, Raldis Duraman.
Hello.
Hello.
O, inugit mo, kinaligit mo. Yeah. As I was saying, my then Superintendent Indunan said, go and ring the bell for Kiangan. So I said, maningin pinod ng ibang mahapon na i-ring the bell for Kiangan. So if you are from Kiangan and you are asked to go elsewhere outside, you have to ring the bell for Kiangan, which means you have to simply do your best. Because at the end of the day, all the three matters is that you have done your best. And the thought will make you happy. Remember that. Today, we have to reflect on the theme, inspiring the next generation of learners, highlighting the essential role of teachers in nurturing future leaders, thinkers, and innovators. That's the theme of this year's Teachers' Day. Many important things that we do today is for the next generation. What we do today is an investment for the future. And who are these future leaders, thinkers, and innovators? Well, of course, we have our mayor here. He is one, but actually, this refers to all fields of work. They all are leaders, thinkers, and innovators. Even the farmers. They have to think of ways and means to successfully have a bountiful harvest. They have to make adjustments on what they normally do, from farm field preparation to planting to harvesting, because of climate changes and pests threatening their plants. So you have a daunting job, you teachers, preparing people for all kinds of work. Why? Because you have to build the foundation. There are many difficulties along the way to achieve this end. As what I have been hearing, from teachers, many teachers. You know, I've just been to a family affair in Alfonso Vista, where I sat with my cousins who were teachers, and they narrated all their grievances. All grievances. Like, they do clerical jobs, they buy their own laptops and printers. One said, I've just bought my second printer because the first one got destroyed because DepEd cannot provide. And you know, they're all opting to retire early because teaching has become tiresome with all the added burdens. But I told them that you have a bigger salary now as compared to the salary of teachers before, not even 1/3. Imagine, katunan sinuldumihan given more beginners, 212 pesos. And I said, with your big retirement benefits, you can tour the country or go around the world. And that's what they are planning to do, even if they will be retiring as they say. But on a positive note, you have just heard our MC mention developments in the DepEd under our new Secretary Angar. One of which I heard that there will be more administrative positions. So meaning you can focus on your job as teachers. And that procurement of laptops, printers, and other gadgets needed in the schools are underway. So maybe those cousins of mine or teachers will think of retiring not so early. Laying the foundation for the future workforce in all fields is like laying the foundation for flood control projects. When the foundation is substandard or not up to specifications, the project will definitely collapse, and the supposed beneficiaries will suffer from the flood, and so much funds will be wasted. Thus, teachers, you have a very crucial role in laying the foundation. First and foremost of this foundation is the values education, of which the people involved in this hounding issue on hounding our nation today, or facing our nation today, definitely did not learn. Those involved in the flood control projects did not learn their values. Values was not so well instilled in them. Siguro na absent da wino adi da mundong when the teachers were teaching them values. But whose responsibility is it to instill values? Should it be the teachers? Should it be the parents? Who? What do you think? Well, values education should be learned at home, of course, as well as in the school. Even the community. The community, they have a role in instilling values. As the saying goes, it takes a village to educate the youth. And this is Indigenous Month, so let us not forget the traditional values handed down by our ancestors. The school should be an agent in transmitting these values, such as, do you know what are they? Traditional values. Yung kahoy kayo mo yan? Family ties, bandang, cooperation, and many more. You know, there are countries that put so much emphasis on values education. The Japanese people, for example, they're very polite. Why? Because their curriculum puts so much emphasis on values education from grades 1 to grade 4. The other subjects are also taught, but no quizzes or tests are given until grade 4. So that's how they do it in Japan. What about us? How many minutes is values education or GMRC? 40. Baka idati pa na religion picture te. Hinapkon ng religion ay hinapkon ng values or GMRC. And I admire personalities whose advocacy is on values education. If you watch Mr. International 2025, did you watch? No, because you're busy in the school. But I had all the time to watch. And I was so struck with this impressive response to the final question. His response when he said, and I quote, "Children are the hope of our future." They are the hope of our future. In a world where war and conflict continue to persist, it becomes even more urgent that we educate our children, not just with knowledge, but with values. He said further, we must teach them that war and hatred do not lead to peace. They only create more pains, division, and suffering. It is through education that we implant the seeds of compassion, understanding, and unity. That's how he beautifully expressed his advocacy. Our candidate, you know him? Our candidate, Mr. Kirk Bondat from the Philippines. And I clapped even when I was alone. I prayed that he would win, and he surely won the competition. Also, as foundation are the basic skills in reading, writing, and arithmetic. Those of you handling grade 1 today are more fortunate than the grade 1 teachers years back. You know why? You can see that you are all new. Many of you are new teachers. But years back, there were no preschools, so children come to school not knowing any letter sound, not knowing how to hold the pencil. And with many of them not even having any pencil or paper. So a grade 1 teacher must have a stock of sharpened pencils and grade 1 pad papers at her own expense. But the reward is very good, great feeling. It comes after a month or two when the children could finally read words, phrases, sentences, do simple arithmetic, and could write correctly. I should know because I've been a grade 1 teacher for 3 years during those times. These basics in reading, writing, and arithmetic are further mastered in the higher grades. So you need a lot of patience and perseverance in the grade school. Whatever the circumstance, you simply have to do your best, right? Take inspiration from Mother Teresa, who said, you know Mother Teresa? Many of you must know her. She said, and I quote, "The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best, and it may not be enough. Give your best anyway." I promised you I would not make my talk long because there are many other messages. So finally, I have a prayer for you, which is captured in Psalm 128, verse 2, which states, I quote, "For thou shalt eat the labor of thine hands. Happy shalt thou be, and it shall be well with thee." Everything that gives you hope and peace of mind for a better tomorrow will not be taken from you. So this is my prayer for you. May the Lord shower you with blessings and graces. Good morning again, and happy Teachers' Day.